I can't believe it was you. These are the first words that the victim, Justin, said to my client the morning after his house was vandalized. I can't believe it was you. And at the end of this trial, neither will you. Let's keep it simple, right? We don't need these fancy elements. Criminal mischief, NJSA, that's not what counts. We want to know who did it, why did they do it, and how did they do it. And the evidence will demonstrate that my client Willie, he didn't do it. The evidence will demonstrate that D. Prest did commit this crime. This case is about surprise, right? Justin walked out of his house. He was surprised. His house was covered in graffiti. He wasn't expecting this. And when my client opened up his locker and 3 cans of spray paint fell out on him, yeah, he was surprised too. We were all surprised here in Peaceful Valley. This type of thing does not happen in our town. If there was one person who was not surprised, it was that person who did vandalize Justin's house. It was that person who did put those cans of spray paint into my client's locker. That person is D. Prest. But first, let's get back to it, right? Who did it? Let's look at my client. Did he have a motive? Could he have done it? Who is Willie Wynn? He's an A and B student, popular kid, gets along just fine. Never had any trouble. Never before. He's 4 feet tall, 10 inches of height, that's important. Keep that in mind. And he's been friends with Justin since the 4th grade. Kids get into fights. He got into a fight on April 1st. He admits it. That happens. That's not the problem. But, is that good enough for a motive? No. It's not, because that day, a family member of his was injured. His little sister had to go to the emergency room. You think he's going to care about some little spat with his best buddy? He's never had a problem before? He's going to care about his little sister who's in the hospital, waiting to hear back from his dad. What's going on? When's she going to be back? Are you coming home? He had to do his homework. He had to be there to take care of the rest of his family. He wanted to be there when his sister got back home that night. He's not worried about revenge. That's the last thing he's thinking about. Willie Wynn is the second victim in this case. I want to help people out. I want to help out the state. I want to help them do their job properly. The state wants you to believe that my client is the dumbest criminal of all time. All right? He tells the victim, I'll get you back for this when you least expect it. When you least expect it. Would that be the day you tell the victim that? No, I don't think so. Graffiti on the house said, I told you so. Oh, I wonder, who did it? Oh, I told you so. That day I tell you that I'll get you back, and then I graffiti on your house, I told you so? Come on. You're not going to do that. He's an A and B student. This kid's not a dummy. And neither are any of you. Matching cans of spray paint were found in his locker along with a shirt covered in paint. Again, you're not going to stash the instruments of your crime in your locker and then open them in front of the victim? Are you kidding me? The graffiti was written about 5.5 feet from ground level. That's a full 10 inches above his head. Did he stack this can of spray paint on his head and just right along the wall? No, because there was someone else who did do it. That person is D. Prest. She had the motive, she had the means, she had the plan. She had it all lined up. The girlfriend, she was there at the spat. She was the witness. She saw those cans of spray paint, but she was also the perpetrator. But why? Why would D. Prest do this? Why would this lady do it, huh? Got into a big fight. She was in the middle of it. You know, Justin, Willie. They both made her really upset. They scared her. They really threw her off her game. What happened that night? She said, I was upset about what happened in school and I couldn't play well in my championship game. Her parents weren't there to support her. No one was there to help her out, right? She got benched, she lost the game. Who do you think she blames for that? Willie and Justin. They're the ones who put her in the wrong state of mind. They're the ones who messed up her championship game. You spent all season preparing for this. You worked your butt off. You think you're ready for that moment, and then two boys screw it up for you? Yeah, she was not happy about that. She was in a really bad mood. You might even say she was depressed. The how, all right? Facts of this case. They don't support the fact that my client committed the crime because he didn't. Depressed had the height, the equipment, the method, the alibi, the blame. She had the knowledge. It was that morning before anyone else could have known. No one else in the school knew. The only people who knew was Justin and the criminal. And she said to him, the first thing she said to him, I am so sorry about what happened to your house. How did she know? She knew because she did it. She had the height. She is 5 feet 6 inches tall, exactly the level of the graffiti. Just as you would expect. Someone graffitis a house, it's going to be about height level. Perfect. The equipment. She had the cans of spray paint because she was working on a graffiti project for her art class. She had the spray paint. The method. She turned up the radio real loud. Locked my door so the babysitter wouldn't catch on. She was setting herself up the perfect set of circumstances, and she admits it. She snuck out. I snuck out. Why do you think you're sneaking out? To finish an art project in the park? Are you kidding me? Come on. Got to do a little bit than that. Oh, she was doing an art project, all right. Unfortunately, it was on Justin Case's house. The knowledge. I'm so sorry about what happened at your house. She knew. She knew because she did it. Reasonable doubt. That's all we need here. Just one reasonable doubt. And this case gives you nothing but reasons to doubt. Just one line you need to remember. The height doesn't fit. You must acquit. All right? Sounds like a joke. That's because that's what this is. The prosecution's case is a joke. I'm trying to help them out. I'm trying to help out both of the victims, Justin Case and my client Willie Wynn, so that justice can truly be done. Thank you.